Hi guys, this is Sylvain Philippe speaking. Thank you for joining us today. I'm very pleased to go through this getting starting with SCANeR with you, the live event. This is the first one that we have scheduled, and it's a pleasure to do it. The goal today is to introduce you SCANeR product family and SCANeR Studio product in particular. I'm with my colleague Paul online, who will be pleased to answer to your question you may have into the chat. So if you have any question, just feel free to send your question to my colleague Paul. Please make sure that you put your question with your name. Okay, it's always better to see who is in front of us and to make sure that we discuss with the right person. So please don't ask your question in anonym. So to start with that, I'm going to show you some good things before to go with SCANeR about the different schedules we have, because we provide getting started with SCANeR every 2 weeks. So I would like to show you our calendar, and also I would like to point that all the steps that I will show you today, I will accomplish these using SCANeR trial version, and this SCANeR trial version is free. You can get it from our website. Just go on the formula and request it. I will show you where it is. Right. Just to save bandwidth, I'm going to switch off my camera. Okay, but just to show you that I'm here with you and I'm a human just in front here. Okay, thank you. I'm going to share now my screen. Give me just a sec. Okay. So you should now be able to see my screen. That's perfect. So I would like to begin first with a website. Okay, so as I said, you can find all our different all our agenda on our website here. So you have a part events, and you will find all the lists of all the different events, all the links to different events. So we have 3 types of events: Meet the Expert, where you can discuss about specific topics with SCANeR with our experts. So you have the calendar here. So if you want to register on it, just click on the date here, and you can register to the different topics to meet the expert. We have the workshop for getting started with SCANeR. You have all the schedule here also. Just click on it, and you will be able to register to this one. So this is the one we will do today. You also have the how-to technical workshops. So here we explain you, for example, how to interface and adapt with SCANeR product and etc. So don't hesitate to join us on these events. Also, please note that we have provided the schedule until June. Okay, but if you are interested in a specific technical workshop, okay, or getting started or topic to discuss with our experts, just feel free to ask. Okay, and we will be pleased to add it to our agenda. And so you can send your questions to my colleague Paul, who is online. After that, I would like to show you also that our free downloads are here. So this is the one I will use today. Okay, so free downloads. You can ask for the SCANeR Studio trial version. Just click here. You will have a very simple formulary. Okay, with you just put your name, email address, and you will get access to these. Something interesting as well, and you should know, is that we provide a sample pack. Okay, to begin with SCANeR. So of course, you can just click here and ask to download it. This will gives you access to so many different pre-configuration with SCANeRs, in addition of the default dataset that we provide with SCANeR. We also are proud to provide for trial versions for our UTAC-CERAM data pack, okay, which is an extension, an add-on of scenario in order to test and validate ADAS systems. So it's a set of a scenario to test and validate ADAS system based on NCAP scenarios. And also we provide a physical sensors trial version. So if you are interested in a physical-based sensors, level 2 and level 3, so full physics or real-time based sensors, you can try these for free. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask us all of these. All right, so let's maybe jump into SCANeR. So the first thing that I would like to show you is maybe here the product family, okay, of SCANeR before to go with the live presentation, okay, just to let you know where we are exactly today. So SCANeR is a product family. This means we provide different softwares, SCANeR softwares. You have the historic one, which is SCANeR Studio. You also have now its new SCANeR Explore and SCANeR Compute. So today I will focus on SCANeR Studio, okay, and I will show you in live. I will show you this tool, okay. In any case, SCANeR Studio is the basic program, okay, to begin with SCANeR, because this is from SCANeR Studio that you will be able to build your scenario, define your metrics to record, interface your vehicle dynamics if you have a specific one, build your 3D environment, run your simulation, define where the simulation will be executed. Is it on a workstation? Is it on a simulator? Etc. So from SCANeR Studio, you will be able to build prepare your data, interface your system under test, and then run it. So in order to answer to the needs of and to the challenge of I will say test and validation of your system under test, and especially ADAS system, okay, because you have to test more and more different situations, and in order to help you to have variations into your experimentations from a scenario template built into SCANeR Studio. So you can then create different scenario template. And from these, we have created SCANeR Explore. SCANeR Explore is a tool that allows you from a scenario template to create a test plan. So a test plan will be a variation of parameters in order to explore all the possibilities, even the ones that you haven't think about, in order to make sure that your system will be robust. And so you can create variations, and it is a test plan because you can also create constraints. Okay, so you will have the opportunity using SCANeR Explore to also create constraints in order to filter the data, the range of parameters you would like to test and validate. After that, thanks to SCANeR Explore, you can generate very quickly, in few seconds, thousands, millions of scenarios, okay, because our scenarios are XML based, so they are very light, okay. So you can just create a lot of scenario, okay, based on the test plane and configuration you have made. And then to execute these scenario, you have several solutions, and in order to answer to the needs of a massive simulation, we have created a new SCANeR product, which is named SCANeR Compute. Okay, SCANeR Compute is a solver of SCANeR Studio. It is a solver of SCANeR Studio, and his main goal, is to execute in parallel all your scenario. Okay, so SCANeR Compute can be used on cloud architecture for massive simulation, like Microsoft Azure, AWS, etc. So it just it's compatible with all the massive simulation environments. So that's our main product, okay. And today, with the getting started with SCANeR, I'm going to focus on SCANeR Studio that I will show you right away. So if you have any question, once again, don't hesitate to ask these to Paul through the chat. Thank you. Okay, so let's jump into the main program. So here is the interface of SCANeR Studio. Okay, so as I said, everything that I will do today is done with the trial version of SCANeR Studio. So if you are interested in, just don't feel free to ask it. Okay. So SCANeR Studio is split in 5 modes. Okay, so once you have started SCANeR Studio, you have 5 modes: terrain, vehicle, scenario, simulation, analysis. each of these mods are dedicated to specific needs, and it's quite easy to understand. If you want to build, edit, build from scratch, and edit an existing terrain, etc., of course you will go into the terrain mode, and I will show you that later during this presentation. If you want to edit a vehicle dynamics model, create a new model of pedestrian, bicycle, motorcycle, truck, bus, interface an external vehicle dynamics model has a vehicle real-time, car sim, MSIM, etc. Okay, we are an open and modular platform, and you will be able to connect any of a vehicle dynamics model you will need. Once you are ready, once you have prepared your terrain, your different actors, vehicles, you will go to the scenario mode. The scenario mode that I will show you right now will help you to build your experimentation, define the metrics to record. So based on a terrain, based on actors, define metrics, you can then run the simulation. Simulation is the mode that you will use for the supervision. Okay, so SCANeR Studio is split in different modules. Okay, so all of these that you can see below are SCANeR modules. Okay, what is a module? It's very simple. If you right click on it, edit process, you will see that what I call a module is a process. Okay, this is a process, and a process. So keep in mind that right now I'm working with Windows. Okay, so of course it's an exe file format, but SCANeR product family is also compatible with Linux distribution, has a CentOS, Ubuntu. So if you are interested in using a Linux distribution, you will have the opportunity to do it. So right now I'm on a workstation and using Windows. So all of these modules exchange data together. Okay, so they exchange standard data, and we provide to our customers the way to easily access in real time during the simulation to all of these data, thanks to our SCANeR SDK. Okay, and also to our integrated scripting language, which is made for everyone, even for persons who do not have any knowledge in development, in order to easily control the simulation environment. And I will show you that right away. And at the end, you have the analysis mode. Analysis mode is, of course, if you record your simulation, we provide you the tools for post-treatment in order to replay, analyze all the synchronized simulation outputs. Okay, so let's jump into the process. So I will begin easily and creating a new scenario from scratch. Okay, so if you go over the menu File, New Scenario. When you do that, you have here all the list of the default terrain we provide. Yeah, because something important to know is that with SCANeR Studio, all the data that you can see on the right here, okay, so vehicles, pedestrian, traffic tools, and etc., are provided with the installer of SCANeR Studio. These are offers to our customers. Okay, so if you have SCANeR Studio, you will be able to use all of these data and has, for example, all of these terrain. Okay, so if you want to create a new experimentation, you can choose one of our terrain, okay, and I will show you later how to build your own terrain. So for example, I can choose a Lake City terrain, okay, I click on OK, and then my new scenario, my new experimentation will be created. Okay, so I can see here my environment, so I can zoom in, zoom out, okay, on my environment, and I can see that I have different roads, intersections, and etc. So as I said, all the actors on the right comes with the installer of SCANeR Studio. You can use these for free. Okay, there is no worries. We have different type of vehicles, actors. You also have the pedestrians, which are here. We provide also some animals. Okay, if you want to have fun with animals, we have a nice pet and Labrador. So that's and a white deer. Okay, so you can just use any one of these. I will begin very easily. We have actors that we named simples. Okay, these are not, I would say, these are not stupid vehicles, but these are actors in order to be controlled by the intelligence artificial of SCANeR Studio, which is named traffic. Okay, so if you want to begin, you just can drag and drop your vehicle on your environment. Okay, and then you will populate here your environment just by drag and dropping vehicles all around you. Okay, so that's quite easily to implement. You have several vehicles like this with different type, okay, depending of your needs. So you just have to drag and drop these, and if you want, you can also manage different pedestrian models, okay, depending of your needs. So you can just drag and drop your pedestrian models then on the sidewalk. After that, it's easy as it is, okay. Once you are ready, you can just save your scenario. So I will save it as. It will be recorded into the scenario of data space of SCANeR, okay, into my scenario folder of my SCANeR Studio data. I save it, and now if I want to run my simulation on my local machine, I will move to simulation. Okay, this is a supervision view. So keep in mind that I'm working on a workstation. If you want to run your scenario on a workstation, on a simulator, on any type of simulators, I will say simple simulator with just a steering wheel and pedals on your desktop, or it can be a small simulator or a big simulator with a 360 degrees view on a motion platform, etc. So that's something also possible. So here I will start these locally on my machine. So after that, to run your simulation, you need to start the SCANeR modules. Okay, so the SCANeR modules will exchange data together. So to start these, I can just click on that button here that starts for me all the SCANeR modules that I need. So you will see the SCANeR visual rendering engine. You will see my acquisition, which I will use to drive with the keyboard. And etc. And after that, it's easy as it is. What I would like to show you here is traffic AA here will manage all my different actors. So without scripting anything, I will just press play now. Okay. And my simulation will start. Okay, so my different SCANeR programs, SCANeR modules are started, and then themselves they will behave normally. Okay, so you have the control of the traffic lights, you have the control of the different vehicles, so you can follow these. You can see that they take their own decision. Okay, and they will respect the traffic rules. They will decide by themselves to turn left, turn right, etc. So by default, the traffic module here is the IA of SCANeR, and it manages the different actors. So we can see and observe the different behaviors. So here the light comes green and the vehicle starts. So they are all independent. My pedestrian is crossing the road, and etc. So yeah, so that's the main thing. At the end of the road, my traffic will come back on the road, and etc. You have the 3D view here that I can show you, which is the basic one. So here, this 3D view is shown on the historical visual rendering engine of AVSimulation based on OpenScene Graph. We have a new one based on Unreal that can also be used. And so, as you can see, my vehicle behaves himself, so I'm not doing anything, and I can just change the point of view in order to help you to see better. All right, so now the next step that I would like to show you. So I just wanted to show you how to use the traffic IA and how the vehicle and how simple it is to begin with SCANeR. Okay, what you can notice is here I have recorded the simulation. I can find all my recording files here. Okay, so I have my scenario 4, which has been built. And you can just then later on open it in analysis. I will show you that later on. And I will have access to all the standard metrics, has all my actors, speed, position, steering wheel angle, wheel speed, etc. All these kind of standard metrics will be available thanks to record module and the rich and representative communication environment of SCANeR. So once you have done that, I will be pleased to introduce you more about the SCANeR terrain mode. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to SCANeR terrain mode. So you will see that my interface will change. I'm now into the SCANeR terrain mode. So from the SCANeR terrain mode, you will be able to create from scratch new terrain. Okay, so you can do a new terrain. You can open an existing one, so you can edit the delivered terrain that comes with the SCANeR default environment. Something interesting also is that you can import road network. Okay, so if you have existing road networks, if you have advanced data, you will be able to import these into SCANeR Studio. So we have a preview for TomTom HD map import. We also do support HD map like here protobuf. We also support OpenStreetMap data files, OpenDrive. And we also support, I will say, standard map, okay, standard definition map like shapefile, OpenStreetMap, yes, and something interesting for you could be to know that we provide also a CSV file format, okay, and the CSV file format, we provide the specification of it. So if you have your own custom terrain that you have generated using your own custom tools, you can use our specification to just convert your file to CSV, and you will be able then to use it into SCANeR. Okay, so now I would like to show you how to create, for example, a new terrain from scratch from SCANeR. So just click on File, New. Then you get access to the main interface of SCANeR Terrain Mode. On the left here, you have different tools, okay, to build the roads and intersection that you need. On the right over there, we provide you also different resources that you can use, okay, to help you to build and enrich your terrain. And so all of these comes with the installer of SCANeR Studio. Feel free to use these. And if you have your own 3D objects, of course, you can also import your own 3D objects into SCANeR Studio. So after that, to create a terrain, it's quite easy. You can use the left tools here. Something maybe that I would like to show you before to start is that we provide the map background layer, which is here, okay? And I would like to show you that because I would like to show you that all our terrain into SCANeR are geo-referenced, okay? So the Cartesian position here of your terrain, the origin of your terrain, okay, is linked to latitude, longitude, and elevation, okay? So WGS 84 coordinates. So this layer can be used to build a terrain from scratch in order to use this layer to create by yourself the different roads, okay, in order that these are geo-referenced. Also, as I said, you can import different road network from GIS terrain, okay, has OpenStreetMap, here, TomTom, and then this layer can be used to verify that the import has been well done on your side, okay, to check and verify that everything is correct. By default, it's on Paris because our premises, AVSimulation premises, are based at Boulogne-Billancourt. So we have by default this sitting on Paris. But if we switch to the network mode here, okay. And if I show you from this box here, change, you will have the definition here of the origin. Okay, so if you are located somewhere else on the Earth, okay, you can just define your own position, and then you will get access to your own layer. It's something that you can define. So after that, let's create a new terrain from scratch. So I'm just going to disable my map background layer. And now what I would like to show you is how to create, for example, a basic road. Okay, so I'm going to select my tool to create a track. Okay, and then to create your track, it's quite easy. You can just use your tool here. Okay, what I'm doing is no. Okay, I think what I have, okay, that's it. There we go. Okay, so you can create your track. You can create your track and then zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so you can see your different tracks created. If you want to create an intersection, you can just make two tracks crossing. And then once you have done 2 tracks crossing, you just right click here, detect intersection, and the logical content of the intersection is created for you. So you can just, after that, if you want to have a preview, you can check the different layers for road 3D generation and also intersection 3D generation. That will show you in live then the different properties of your environment. Okay, so here I can see how it will look like. On the right here, if I want, I can play with resources. Okay, so if you want to add different resources, you can just determine determine the one which will be appropriate for you. So let's say I'm going to use, for example, a building. So you can just drag and drop your building, okay, and then your building will be associated to your terrain. So if I zoom it about and change to perspective view, then you can have a preview about how it will look like. Okay, so that's quite handy. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the top menu. Okay, so after that, what would be interesting also in SCANeR Studio is that you can manage with precision, okay, the different altitude and banking of your tracks. So if you switch to the 2-view mode from here, you will get access here to the longitudinal view, okay, of your track. I'll just make sure to have the grid here, there, okay. And so then if I switch to perspective view in order that you can see it better, okay, so I'm just gonna roll a bit like this way, there we go. And so here I can insert an handle, okay, and then I will be able to manage from there the altitude of my point. I can also manage the slope thanks to this arrow here, so you can manage the slope. And something which is interesting is that so you can manage the altitude as we are seeing there, okay. So we have the altitude which is impact, and you can also thanks from this view here manage the road banking. So depending of if you want to represent, for example, I will say road mountains, okay, mountains road. So you will be able, maybe if I come to this part of the terrain, you will better see that. So you will be, there we go, able to manage your road banking. So yeah, after that, it's your responsibility to create, of course, something that makes sense. But once you're good, that will be that can be fun to have some pretty nice roads like this. Okay, so if I come back here, what you need to know is that all our terrain are very rich and representative. Okay, it's not just only nice. Okay, it's something very rich and very complex. They are based on road XML based file format. If you want to see the logical content, you can check that. You will see that they use different road profiles. Okay, so we provide with the installer of SCANeR Studio also different road profiles. If you want to see the list, you can just click on that button here. Okay, and then you can just see the list of the different road profiles we have. So here, this is the default one, but as you can see in the default library of SCANeR, we provide different other road profile. You can use these to do not start from scratch. Just use these to begin, and if you want, also you can start from scratch and create your own road profile. So the road profiles will contain all the properties of the ground, like the let's say the markings, the ground properties for the grip, for the soft ground, because it can also be used for vehicle dynamics model, for multi-contact point tires, research, etc. So this is a very important feature, the profile, and it's very rich. And all of these data are used by the intelligence artificial traffic of SCANeR, okay, that I showed you previously. And of course, these will be also used by all SCANeR modules in order to compute important information and to return you very rich and representative simulation outputs into our recording files. Okay, so you will have very informative metrics thanks to that. Okay, after that, so you can just build, edit the elevation, the banking, put object. You can also add the signals. Okay, so for example, the signals would be used by your traffic IA to compute their behavior. So if I right click on my track here, I will be able to insert a signal, and depending of what you need, so you have different type of signals that can be a yield, a stop, a traffic light, and etc. They are sorted by category. So let's say I will add a stop sign here. By default, it uses a default object. Please keep in mind that we'll also provide to our end customer additional libraries for US, Germany, etc. So if you have any question about this, just feel free to ask. And so you can use these. After that, it's simple as it is. You just have your new road sign, which will be added. Maybe to see it better, I'm just gonna edit it again and make it in the right way. There we go. Okay, so you can just disable the load content, and if you want to see it, you can select it. I will just show you in perspective how it looks like. And there we go. So here it's not in the right way, okay, because of course it uses the logic of my object. So if you want, you can just rotate it, okay, and it will become. Yeah, there we go. It will come in the right position. Okay, so thanks to that, my traffic vehicles, my different actors will be able to stop. So yeah, that's a very quick introduction to SCANeR terrain mode. Okay, keep in mind that all of these steps can be replaced by import. Okay, so if you don't want to start to create from scratch your terrain, just use our importer, build terrain thanks to your existing terrains, and etc. Maybe a last thing that I can show you is, so you have different tools here. Don't hesitate to be curious, do your test. You can just very easily also add a curvature, so that's very handy. After that, just make sure that you have something representative in order to respect the real life, I would say. And yeah, there we go. So maybe a next step that I would like to show you is I will save as my terrain here. Okay, so I will name it terrain 1. Let's say that. It's a raw XML file format. I save it. After that, you have different opportunities to build your 3D environment. Okay, you can, of course, if you have a 3D designer, ask him to build your 3D environment for you. It's also services that we provide at AVSimulation to build 3D environments, and also to build 3D content, terrain content, I will say, and 3D objects, and etc. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Otherwise, if you want, you can just easily build a 3D background with SCANeR terrain features. Okay, so thanks to a terrain contour generation, you can define a bounding box to fill with a default texture from SCANeR. Okay, so here is my default bounding box. It's 100 meters all around my terrain. Then I can just generate the terrain content. So here I'm going to use the default terrain material. Okay, so there we go. And that will build, generate here, yeah, my 3D environment respecting my different properties. Okay, so if I switch to perspective, I can see that it has, yeah. So here I had banking and elevations, okay, and my 3D generation take care about that. So yeah, you have a preview about what your terrain will look like. Once you are happy with that, you can just decide to, okay, that looks like what I want. So you can just export your 3D terrain. Currently, it's not linked to your environment. So you go to the menu File, Export 3D Visual, and then you have our tool to export 3D Visual. So you have all the objects files format we support. Okay, so all OpenScene Graph files format are compatible. We also are now compatible with Unreal files format. Okay, so if you are interested in using our new Unreal Engine, you could do it. Then you save your terrain. You have different file options. I'm just gonna use the basics one. Click on OK, and then I will link, yeah, my terrain to my raw XML file format that I've saved. So now my IV file format is linked to my terrain. So I can save all of these. So I will not go deep in details about the vehicle mode today, okay, but just a quick introduction. Vehicle mode, so if you want to interface a vehicle with SCANeR, you can do it from the vehicle mode, okay, but if you have specification, I will say specific questions around vehicle, don't hesitate to ask these through the chat. I will not go in details today with this. So then you go back to scenario mode. So I have my old scenario, which is here. Okay, what I propose you is I'm just going to close it, and I'm going to create a new scenario based on my new terrain. So it's updating my new terrain, creating cache in memory, my new environment, and then I can find again my list of terrain. And what is interesting is, there we go, we get our new terrain that we have built, and I can now use it to build my scenario, so to build my experimentation. So I'm just going to use now my terrain. So the first time you open a terrain, it takes a bit more time because we create in memory, in cache, the different data we will use. Okay, so then you have your terrain. You can just use it with the different actors I show you on the right. It's quite easy. So now my next step would be to show you maybe how to manage actors, okay, of a scenario, how to very easily manage actors. So I'm just going to file, save the scenario as here, okay, and I will name it scenario 5. Save. So now my scenario is saved, and I will add some actors. So let's say I'm going to use the Ford Escape Red, which is there. I can put it here. And let's create a new situation. Okay, so I will add a pedestrian, for example, still my all season. I'd say that. And I would like to say that when this guy here is at a specific position somewhere here, I would like to force my pedestrian to cross the road. So how to achieve that? So to do that, we provide to our customers a very rich library of different features, okay, that gives you access to all the properties of the simulation. So let me show you that. So you have more than 300 of different, I will say, actions that you can call, okay, to manage different information you will need. So get the brake pedal temperature, get the cloud density, etc. So you can get a lot of information. Of course, you have a lot of information, so you can also set information. Okay, so if you want to set, for example, the daytime, you will be able to do it calling this this function, this action, etc. So here, for example, we are looking for some pedestrian information. Okay, so how to make a pedestrian cross the road. So if you make a search for pedestrian, you will get the list of all the existing actions related to pedestrian. And as you can see, for example, we have one of these actions named a pedestrian crossroad. So pedestrian crossroad is very easy to use. You put the name of the actor, you put the information about the crossing angle, and then your pedestrian will cross the road. So let's use it. So how to trigger this event? It's quite easy. We provide you here traffic tools. It's named trigger. Okay, so you can just put that trigger here. And what is interesting is that trigger is visible for you, the supervisor, when you build it, but it's not visible for the driver who is there. Okay, so yeah, so that's something that you can use. After that, it exists so many different solutions, but it's one of these. So once you're ready, I'm just saving my scenario. I will create a new mice script. Okay, so mice is an acronym that means my interface to create my experiments. Okay, and that will allows you to use your different script actions. So you create a new one, a main. Maybe something important to notice, and I will not go in details today, but you can also use the different scripting action that I showed you in Python as well. Okay, so if you are more interested in Python, you can call all the actions that I show you related to the pedestrian, for example, to cross the road and etc. You can use these in Python as well. So if you feel more comfortable with Python, don't hesitate to play with. So then you go into the main, you right click on the main, you will insert a new conditional structure, and then into your conditional structure you will insert a condition because it's a conditional structure. So your condition will be if my Ford Escape trigger the traffic tool named trigger, then I would like that my man all seasons cross the road. So how to achieve that? So you have the list of here the functions. So as you can see, you have helpers. Okay, step by step, you have like a wizard, so you cannot make any error. Okay, so is triggered. I will search for that. And here I have my function is triggered by vehicle. You have an helper here that helps you how it works, okay, to remind you and to make your life easier. So you just select it, you you click on OK, and then you will fill the parameters of your condition. So the trigger name first, with the trigger name, and then who trigger it, the vehicle, my Ford Escape. When it becomes true, so if trigger is triggered by the vehicle for the escape. Then I would like that my pedestrian cross the road. So how to do that? Rule, right click, insert then action, and then I can just call my pedestrian crossroad. Same, you have the specific description of it, you call it. So then you select your vehicle. Here we would like that the actor is the man all seasons. Crossing angle, let's try with 19 degrees. We will do the test. And that's it. We should be good. I save it. I go back there. And if you want to run your experimentation, you move to simulation mode here. Okay, you make sure that your modules are started. So we do have to manage, to handle the script that I've made, we need the scenario module, okay, which is here. To manage the different actors, so to manage the traffic actors, we need traffic module. To manage pedestrian, we need the walker traffic module. All others modules are here to help me, but they are not really used. So if I want to save resources, I could just kill them. But for now, I will leave them running. So once you're ready, you just press play, okay? And let's observe what will happen. So I'm just going to disable that. So my pedestrian is walking here, my car cross, and then the pedestrian decide to cross the road. What we can see here in the visual is that my vehicle just brake in order to avoid the pedestrian, and then my vehicle traffic is using my view. So I'm just gonna change the point of view from here. There we go. I can replay maybe it from the view of the driver. So I'm just running again the simulation, just to let you appreciate the view from here. There we go. So you can see that it will be very easy to trigger different events in SCANeR. There is no limit. Okay, you can create very complex situations. We offer our services in scenario creation, content creation, etc. So just if you have any question about this, just feel free to ask to Paul, and we can come back to you. Otherwise, if you can just get in touch with your sales representative, or just send us an email, and we will be pleased to help you. Maybe to close the loop on this, so if I switch to the analysis mode, okay, then I get my last record. Okay, so I have my my recording folder that contains all my record information. So if I click on analysis button here, that will open for me the analyzing tool. Okay, so in an analyzing tool, you will have different type of view. Okay, so here I can just control the time. Okay, so I can just replay the situation, have a different point of view, and etc. What is interesting is that you can split your window here in different views. Okay, so for example, if I go there, if you are working in vehicle dynamics model, okay, we have a view named new engineering view. Okay, so here it will not be representative because I'm using a very simple model. Okay, but just keep in mind that if you are working in a vehicle dynamics model, you could use this view. Okay, so here you don't have a 3D representation of the models, but you can just define the properties in order to study and observe the behavior of the vehicle dynamics model. So if you double click into this view, you can just get access to different properties that would be interesting for you. Just display more or less information depending of what you need. And then these will be used. Okay, and all of these views are synchronized. Okay, so just depending of what you need, all of these views are synchronized. Okay, so here it's not very interesting. I'm just gonna go back there. What I would like to show you is that you can also display graph next to your views. Okay, to observe the different standard metrics that you have access. So if you click on it, you can see that per vehicle model, okay, per actors of the scenario. So here my Ford Escape and here my man all season, I can get all these properties. Okay, all of these properties are available. So about the wheels, I can get their information about the steering, etc. So all of these have been sorted by category. So, for example, let's observe the speed of my Ford Escape model vehicle. Okay, so here I can get the graph, and if I display it, then I can sort these by vertical. Okay, and then I can just view. Okay, in synchronized, all the views are synchronized. All of my outputs. Okay, so what is interesting is all of these can be exported. Okay, so depending of what you do, these can be exported. Okay, for example, to CSV. So if you want to extract these outputs, you can do it text to this file. We also have a tool to convert the outputs of SCANeR to CSV files, but by yourself using your conversion rules, etc. I will not go as deep today, but if you are interested in, it's something that you can use, etc. We also allows into this view to display so many different views. Okay, so I'm talking about the 3D view here on left, about the graph, but keep in mind that you could also use, if you have recorded sounds, okay, you could also replay all the sounds synchronized with the simulation. If you have recorded SCANeR with synchronized with trackers system, like eye tracking system, physiological tracking system, video camera, so all I will say whole trackers that can be used for human factors research, you will be able to use all of these into SCANeR Studio, and post treatment here will be synchronized with all of these data. Yeah, so that's more or less that. I think I have done what I wanted to show you today. So we'll go with your questions. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and Paul will share these questions with me. Maybe just one thing before to go with the different questions you may have. I would like to show you quickly about the next event we have. Okay, so the next event is next week. Okay, so every week we have an event, and next event is on March 10th. Okay, next Wednesday. So don't hesitate to register. We will talk about SCANeR 2021.1, okay, features. So I don't want to so you will see the fundamental SCANeR features, the different SCANeR solutions, etc. So come to this web event, and I'm sure this will be very interesting for you. So don't hesitate to register after this meeting. Okay, thank you very much. That's good for me. So if you have any question, I'm pleased to answer. Otherwise, we can end this workshop for today. Just let me know. Paul, do we have questions?
Yes, we have some questions. Can you hear me?
Yes, Paul. Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you.
First question. Maybe can you please confirm that we can import some contents in SCANeR Studio? For example, 3D objects or other terrains. Can we confirm this point, please?
Yes, exactly. So thank you, Paul. Yeah. So exactly. So if you have your own, I will say, assets library, okay. So SCANeR Studio is an open platform, so you can using our different manuals, okay. We provide a very advanced documentation, okay, that gives you all the specifications and all the details on how to import your own data into SCANeR. So if you want if you have existing objects, I'm sure that you will find all the steps you need into SCANeR help documentations. Otherwise, we provide support and maintenance services. So if you have specific questions, our support team will be pleased to also help you and give you good advice on how to do it. And also, we provide training services to help you in such import. So yeah, you can import your scenario, your terrain, your 3D objects, your own vehicle dynamics model. We are compatible with any type of vehicle dynamics model, so just feel free to import it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Another question. Apparently, one of the participants is working in the ADAS field, and he wants to know if we have any kind of training to begin with this subject.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's a very good question. So we do have, I'm gonna go on our website. What I would like to show you is in here in the services, we provide you different services. Okay, we are also creating new services. So if you don't find your services here, don't feel free to ask. But regarding your question for AD-ADAS, so if you go in training services here, you will find the catalog of services of AVSimulation related to a SCANeR product family. And just below here, so our trainings are, we have 3 levels of trainings: basics, intermediate, and advanced. Okay, and we have one training, A1 ADAS. Okay, that takes 2 days, and we have one of AVSimulation engineer will come to your location, or that can be also online due to the pandemic crisis today, and we can offer you training in order to help you to begin with SCANeR sensors. Okay, and develop your own application, interface your application, your system under test, and etc. So something that I haven't talked today because it was a very generic introduction, but with SCANeR Studio we offer a different type of sensors. Okay, level 1, level 2, and level 3. You can get access to all of these levels thanks to a SCANeR trial version. So if you want to test these, don't hesitate to go with. And otherwise, all the sensors are here. So if you want to check, you will see the different camera, GPS, LiDAR, light, radar, ultrasonic sensors that we provide. So just be curious and test it, and yeah, we will be pleased to help you. So training, A1 ADAS.
Okay, good. You need a bit some kind of question. In how many times do you think I could be autonomous, I can be efficient when I begin to use SCANeR Studio? After how many times I can be efficient with the solution?
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question. I will say 10 years. Okay, no, I'm kidding you. So that's SCANeR Studio is a very wide software. Okay, for so many different kind of applications. So currently, our customers' use cases are test and validation of headlight system. Okay, because we provide and we offer headlight package to test and validate your headlight solution, your AFS strategies, control law, and etc. All our customers also uses sensors, okay, for functional sensors, physical and real-time based sensors. They also use SCANeR for test and validation of vehicle dynamics model. Thanks to a model handler. They also use a SCANeR for human factors research by connecting, for example, tracking systems, videos, and etc. So it's a very wide software. So I will say that if you it is too ambitious to want to manage all SCANeR Studio. Okay, so you have to focus on your needs regarding your own point of interest with SCANeR. What do you want to test and validate? I can show you here. We have simplified our product. So if you go into our SCANeR catalog there, you will be pleased to see that we have the foundation pack, which is dedicated to all our users to begin with SCANeR Studio. And after that, you can define the what. What do you want to do? ADA-ADAS research, physics-based sensors, headlights, vehicle dynamics, human factors research. And then the how. How would you like to run SCANeR? On real-time targets or with real-time targets, for massive simulation, simulators, and then additional data packs. So I will say, usually what I can personally recommend you is maybe start with SCANeR, be curious, and I will say after maybe 1 year, 1.5 years, you will start to be efficient by yourself. Okay, depending on the project you will have. We are here to support you. Okay, during these, we offer training services. Okay, so I will say, that could be good to have a very basic training very quickly, okay? Because using this basic training, the Essential of SCANeR Studio product, in 2 days, you will very easily and quickly learn how to begin with SCANeR. So you will be to reduce the time of efficiency of your team, okay? So I will recommend you to go very quickly with the Essential SCANeR Studio training. And after that, practice by yourself. You can ask us for specific content creation, specific development, etc. And after that, maybe in a 2 separate thread, ask us for a separate, more dedicated training for something more intermediate about specific modules, advanced experiments, how to manage with more in more details the different scripting functions, own networks properties, and etc. So that will be my recommendation. So to answer to your question, yeah, maybe I would say 1 year, and then you can just ask to our support team and get through our different training to keep you progressing on SCANeR Studio.
Okay. Another question. I have a driving simulator. Can I use a SCANeR Studio on it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, SCANeR Studio. So as I said, SCANeR Studio is a software. Okay, so SCANeR is a software suite that can be used on workstation, on simulators, on massive simulation. Okay, so we have the different kind of the how. Okay, so if you have a simulator, you can use it on any type of simulator. And something good to know is that AVSimulation, so here I'm focusing on SCANeR product family, okay, today, but keep in mind that we also offers at AVSimulation simulators on the shelf. So we do have products that are full compatible, of course, with SCANeR product family software. They are all on our website here. You can just get these. We have the SimEasy, SimPrime Plus, SimPulse, and the SimAdvisor to help you to go with bigger simulators. So if you have a simulator, you can integrate SCANeR product family on it, and we provide services to help you to integrate it on your simulator, or you can decide to do it by yourself. It's not so complex. And if you are looking for a simulator and a full solution, okay, you can just go over our catalog here of simulator, and if you don't find the one that fits to your need, just go with SimAdvisor, contact your sales representative, and we can just create a specific simulator for you.
Okay. What about the how is it possible to I have a AD system, or I'm supposed to validate this system with SCANeR? Do we have the possibility to make a co-simulation?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So yeah, SCANeR Studio, as I said, is an open and modular platform. Okay, so we offer with SCANeR Studio different solutions to communicate with your, I will say, model in the loop. Okay, so model in the loop, but that can also be a hardware in the loop. So if you want to co-simulate with something, we have, I will say, 2 solutions. Okay, the first one is the one which is included in the foundation pack of SCANeR. SCANeR foundation pack comes for all our customers with the SCANeR SDK, the software development kit. SCANeR SDK gives access to our customers to all simulation environment of SCANeR. Okay, so if you are familiar with the SDK, you can go in the installation directory of SCANeR here. Okay, you will find the directory named API. And then here we provide different samples, and we provide all the static libraries, all the include files, all our APIs are available here. Okay, our APIs are C based. They are also available in C++, C#, MATLAB Simulink, LabVIEW, Python, RTMaps. Yeah, I think I hope I don't miss something, but yeah, that's our API here. So if you want to interface your own model and do co-simulation to test and validate it, you can use our API. It will be included into our foundation pack for all users. After that, if you have constraints for real time, okay, we offer a specific package for that. So here it is named real-time targets package. Okay, so you can just click on it and then you will get into the details of this pack. Okay, and if you want to use that, so I will show you maybe in SCANeR how it works. So you have different type of application with model in the loop, vehicle in the loop, hardware in the loop, software in the loop. So depending of what you need exactly, okay. But with this pack, you will get access here from your configuration of SCANeR to a new specific program of SCANeR that you can add, which is named RT Gateway. Okay, RT Gateway is a SCANeR product. And it is a module that can be used to communicate with any model. Okay, it is based on a generic protocol that allows us to ensure that you can communicate with real-time targets and have, for example, hardware in the loop, in the loop. Yeah. So yeah, so yes, you can co-simulate, you can connect your area system with SCANeR Studio and any other system with SCANeR, thanks to our SCANeR SDK and thanks to RT Gateway module that comes over the real-time target package. All right, I think I have answered to the question. Paul, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to all of you, but we have finished this workshop today. I hope you enjoyed. I will now hand the package. Don't forget that we have a workshop every week, and just feel free to share that with your colleagues and friends and family and everyone. We will be pleased to have you. If I didn't answer to your questions, just feel free to have it over the chat. We will try to come back to you. Please don't put it as anonym. And otherwise, if you have a specific request about a workshop, just let us know. We can integrate it into our calendar. And if you want to have a specific meeting to discuss with us personally, we will be pleased. So just contact us and we will arrange a specific meeting with you. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy. And I will just close this topic for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.